The fantasy sports industry is more popular than ever, and Side Prize is a true innovator in the space. Don't believe me though? Check out these awards. We went to this summer's Fantasy Sports Trade Association conference and won the only 2 awards handed out at this year's event. Thank you. It's safe to say that those in our own industry believe Side Prize may represent the next great frontier. But for those that are a little more unfamiliar with the fantasy sports world, let me take a moment to catch you up to speed. In the beginning, there was season-long fantasy. The typical format: 12 friends get together, they each pay an entry fee, they each draft a team, they manage that team over the course of the sports season, and then the winner collects his winnings at the very end. Over the last couple years, we've seen daily fantasy come onto the scene. You may have heard a thing or two about it this fall or even this afternoon. With daily fantasy, you draft a brand new team each day and you collect your winnings that night if you win. Daily fantasy had 21 million users heading into this year. But to put that in proper perspective, season-long fantasy had more than double that and remains the overwhelming choice for the majority of fantasy sports players. So why is it that daily fantasy is all the talk right now? Well, it's surely more immediate and it's arguably more exciting. But what if we could bring that immediacy and excitement to the season-long format? Well, that's exactly what we've done at Side Prize. We take that season-long grind, turn it into everyday excitement, and raise the stakes in your fantasy leagues. It takes 3 steps to become a winner with Side Prize. You connect, you select, and then you collect. You can get set up in less than 30 seconds. We've got integrations fully baked out with 5 fantasy football platforms, including ESPN, Yahoo, and NFL.com. Whether you're sitting back on your comfortable couch at home, whether you're trying to pass some time at the office, whether you're at your local favorite sports bar, Side Prize is available to you as a mobile-friendly web application. The typical season-long format pits you against a brand new opponent each single week of the season. With Side Prize, you can play anyone in your league on any given week. Don't like your chances against those in your league, though? Well, with Side Prize, you can also play anyone across the entire fantasy ecosystem. In the past, winners have held the burden of collecting from the losers. But with Side Prize, that no longer exists. As we like to say, the winners will get paid and the friendships will get saved. Now, I imagine some of those in attendance may have had some of these guys on their fantasy teams this year. Some of their seasons might be over. Your fantasy season might look something like this, but it doesn't have to be that way. With Side Prize, we maintain that level of interest over the course of the season. Let's just say you took Andrew Luck in the first round this year. He obviously struggled out of the gates. He also had an injury that just broke today. And your fantasy record probably reflects that selection. It also doesn't help that your friends have probably been talking trash since week 2. But let's also say that you took Todd Gurley, who recently came back from injury. Your record might be 2-7 heading into week 10 this week, but you could beat anyone in your league. But with Side Prize, you can do just that and make sure they put their money where their mouth is. Our leagues, they love us. Take the Saratoga Elite. All 12 of these guys have used Side Prize to place a challenge this year. In fact, certain rivalries have emerged, and some of these guys challenge each other on a weekly basis. Now, we launched this summer with a fantasy baseball platform. We went on this fall to launch those 5 fantasy football integrations, and just within the last couple weeks, we unveiled our first fantasy basketball integrations as well. Heading into next year, we plan to be live across all 5 U.S. major sports with more and more integrations to come. Now, we've got a veteran team at Side Prize, including those that have sports and gaming experience. Personally, this is my 5th entrepreneurial venture, and the rest of the Side Prize team, I got to speak up a little bit. The rest of the Side Prize team consists of 5 engineers, all of whom had startup experience prior to joining Side Prize. We've also got an incredible group of advisors running with us that includes the Atlanta Hawks CEO and the Sports Radar COO. Now, your fantasy football season may be winding down. You might be 9-1 or you might be 1-9, but Side Prize is as relevant to you as ever. Take a moment to think of your most fantasy-obsessed friends. Text and tell them right now to go to sideprize.com and explain to them how we can raise the stakes in their fantasy league and make it that much more awesome. Thank you.